Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. Today we're looking at this. This is the new Canvas Power HP Plus from Walrus Audio. Now, my go-to power supply is this little Walrus Audio Canvas Power HP. The reason I use this is because one, because it's tiny, and two, it's got a 3 amp output on it. Now, what I can do with this is I can pretty much power anything. I can power my Quad Cortex, I can power my Tonex. So the pedals and devices that use a lot of power, you need something like this. Now, you can obviously power those sort of devices with other power supplies, but it's a bit of a faff. Something like the Chocs system, I find a little bit faffy. Now, what Walrus Audio have done is come out with this, which is the bigger version of that. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. So what we've got with this is 7 500 milliamp outputs. I've got a 9, 12 and 18 volt output, and we've also got 2 3 amp outputs. So this pretty much can power anything. So let's see what we've got in the box. So we've got the main power supply unit, and then we've got the power supply for it. All the power cables for your pedals, some mounting brackets. Now, the great thing about these are that they fit under pretty much every single pedal board, even the little nano pedal boards. We've got a power cable. So what I'm going to do in this video is to see how many high power output devices we can power with this. Okay, so I've dug out a load of pedals that I want to power from the Canvas Power HP Plus. Now, I will say that I had to find a couple of extra power cables. You get 10 power cables in the box, or I had 10 power cables in the box, and you get a couple of power cables that I just wouldn't use. So, like, these are like reverse polarity ones, stuff like that. So, to power all of these pedals from this pedal board, I had to find a few more pedal power cables. So just be aware of that if you buy one of these and you haven't got any of these reverse polarity cables. So let's see if we can get all this powered from this one power supply. Now, apart from this, I haven't got a power supply that can handle this amount of power, so it'll be pretty impressive if it all works. Now, first of all, the Quad Cortex. Quad Cortex is 12 volt, 3 amp, so it's got to go in one of these two sockets. And the great thing is that this would actually power 2 Quad Cortex, if you ever need that, which I don't think you would, but if you do. Let's start from this end. Now, all of these UA pedals are 400 milliamps, so I'm going to use the 500 milliamp outputs on here. And one of the other things I think is brilliant about this, if you look here, hopefully this is shown on camera, you see these little lights here and it tells you how much power you're using. So you can see if you are actually using too much power. So already that's pretty impressive. We're doing the Quad Cortex and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the UA pedals. Let's keep going. The Tonex, what I'm going to do with that, let's use the other 3 amp socket out for that. Now, these two pedals here are both valve pedals, so they require 500 milliamps. So let's use these sockets for that. Lastly, let's plug this last socket here, which is the variable voltage socket, into this Walrus Audio Melee. So that's everything powered on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 high output sockets. And you'll see we're running at about 50% of the power, which is incredibly impressive. So what we can do now is I want to power this little Tone X1 pedal, and we've run out of sockets. So what I can do is I can use the USB in the Tonix one, and we've even got like a USB socket there. Now I know this is quite a geeky video, but that is incredibly impressive. So last little test, all the pedals are wired up and plugged in. It's going to sound absolutely terrible, I can guarantee, because we've got drives going into reverbs and delays, then into a compressor, and then into another delay, and then into a reverb, then into another amp modeler, 2 amp modelers going into all of that. It's going to sound absolutely hideous, but what I want to do is to demonstrate the noise level, or the lack of noise, that we get from buying a decent power supply like the Walrus Audio Canvas Power HP Plus. Now, no one would run all of these pedals in this order, in this way, but I want to demonstrate how quiet it is. So if I turn the guitar up and turn the Quad Cortex up, that is pretty impressive. And if I play a chord, it's going to sound hideous, so apologies. So you can hear the amount of gain that's going on, and all we're doing, I think, is probably just getting some noise from the Venus. Yeah, so the actual noise is actually coming from the Crazy Tube Circuits Venus. It's a valve pedal, it's going to be noisy. It's not a noisy pedal, it sounds absolutely fantastic, but you can hear where that's coming from. So that for me is one of the reasons I buy quality power supplies, because you don't get that inherent noise that you get with cheap power supplies. I'm mixing a load of analog and digital pedals here, so when you do this and you don't get isolated power supplies, you tend to get a lot of digital noise, and mixing that with all these drive pedals as well, it will be absolutely hideous. So well done, Walrus Audio, that is absolutely awesome. So there you go, I'll leave all the details for the Walrus Audio Canvas power supplies in the notes below, so if you want to go and check them out, you can do. I honestly would highly recommend. These are the power supplies that I use on a day-to-day basis. They are absolutely fantastic. Anyway, really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.